So you just started playing DBD and you don't know which killer to main. No worries, I've asked the internet and compiled the info you need to be a successful Onryo main. After we lost Stranger Things, there was a butthole-shaped vacuum in the killer lineup, and Behavior continued their trend of having a serious relationship with killer feet, adopting the homicidal Digimon that teleports to different TVs. One of the first steps to take as a sad girl main is to have beef with Nurse. I'm not a Sadako main, so I can't tell you the precise reason why, but hopefully some of the mains will just leave a quick comment explaining this very specific hatred. Now these mains tend to take a few different paths toward obtaining victory during a game. The first is simply taking advantage of the fact that people don't play against Onryos very often, and thus will hurt themselves in their confusion and end the game because they gain too many condemned stacks, and Sadako can just head on over and unleash the Care Bear Stare. Others will forego a few perks to help with vision and instead rely on the TVs and whether they are playing static or a video to determine where the survivors are located. This leaves room for plenty of slowdown perks or running perks and add-ons to make it so that they are literally jump scaring the most vulnerable survivors in our community. These survivors are 3 edibles in, desperately cramming a handful of flaming hot Cheetos into their mouths as the skill check comes up. A check much smaller and faster than expected, then another, and the gamer turns their head to God in prayer for help, but God only shakes their head sadly and says, "Bruh, not even I can help you now." That skill check blows the generator, a pale child crawls from the TV, and the gamer spends the rest of that match in a state of continuous paranoia, their life only consisting of Cheetos dust and fear. Of course, there are those Sadako mains that will throw on that ring drawing and eerie tape add-on and proceed to make every person that goes against them rethink their comments across various platforms where they talk about how Onryo is a shit killer. Let's talk about how this is going to go. Sad Girl will make many visits to your local television, gaining nearby survivors a stack of condemned. Make them talk to the hand and make that eerie tape add-on turn on a few more TVs. Sad Girl slugs the injured survivor and waits patiently. Eventually, another survivor comes to heal the other. Suddenly, they've got more stacks of condemn from the ring drawing. At this point, your average solo queue player is in a bit of a panic, while the Swift is asking around if anyone brought a booner or a medkit. It eventually reaches the point where 3 survivors are out looking for a TV to ditch a tape, while the 4th is laying slugged in the middle of the map about to DC because no one is willing to risk the Care Bear Stare to save them. But hey, at least I'll give them something to think about when they joke about how they said Sadako is what happens when Wraith and Demo have an emo love child. Onryo. Get good, Nurse. Our kill rate is better.